Hello. I'm currently stuck in an elevator. It's been roughly 16 hours now since the elevator stopped, and I don't know what to do anymore. Several times I've contacted the 24/7 service number printed on the inside of the elevator, but they're no help. Neither my parents nor the police. By posting this, I'm hoping on getting some advice, or at least just some people to talk to. Maybe even an explanation for what's going on. I live on the 4th floor of my apartment building, and I usually take the elevator to get down there. I got home pretty early from my classes today, at about 1 p.m. Entered the elevator, and as usual, pressed the button to the 4th floor. Everything was normal, except that between the 3rd and the 4th floor, the elevator came to a halt. Obviously, I was annoyed, and I called the number of the elevator company that I mentioned above. See, it's not the first time I've gotten stuck in this elevator. 2 years ago, the same thing happened, and after maybe 40 minutes of waiting, an elevator mechanic came and freed me. But, see, back then it was no big deal, so I wasn't really worried when it happened yesterday. I'm also not afraid of elevators, despite having had recurring nightmares involving them, which, looking back, is actually pretty weird. Over the phone, I told the customer service person my address, and he assured me a mechanic would be there within the next 30 to 60 minutes. Now, luckily for me, the Wi-Fi signal of my apartment is strong enough to be used from the inside of the elevator, so I decided to pass the time browsing the internet. After an hour and a half of waiting, I got impatient and, to be honest, a little bit worried. I wondered if they forgot about me or maybe they got my address wrong. So I decided to call the same number again. Now, this is where things start to get a little weird. I was speaking to the same person who answered my call. His name is Davis. And told him no mechanic showed up. However, he insisted that he does not remember my call from an hour and a half ago, and that my case is not in the system. He apologized for the inconvenience and again promised a mechanic would be there within an hour. Another hour passed. It was like 3:30 at this point, and no one arrived. At this point, I started to get furious at the elevator company and called them for a third time. Again, the same person answered, and again, he did not remember me. My heart started racing. Does he have that many customers that he simply doesn't recognize my name or voice, even after the third time? Is he just pretending he can't remember me and purposely not sending someone for some reason? I demanded to speak to his boss, but he said that he is currently alone in his office. I demanded that he stays on the phone with me until a mechanic arrives, but he told me he can't do that. So once more, I waited, and once more, no one came. At this point, I'd been stuck in the elevator for almost 4 hours. It was time to call 911 because the elevator customer service was useless. Immediately, I recognized the voice of the 911 operator. It was the same person I spoke to during the last 3 phone calls. I thought to myself, this is impossible. That it must just be a man with a similar voice, but nonetheless I was scared. I decided to play it cool and explain my situation. He said he'll send someone to my location. They never came. Every minute I was getting more worried and nervous about the whole situation. How is it possible that no one is helping me? I tried calling my mom, but she won't answer her phone. I texted and tried to call my friends, but the texts I sent are marked as unread. Emergency services seem to forget or ignore me. I fell asleep at about 9 p.m. for about 3 hours, but I can't sleep anymore. Right now, the clock on my laptop shows 5:21 a.m., and I'm still in this small, dirty elevator. It's not even big enough for me to fully stretch my legs. The light is cold and dim. The brown, windowless walls feel suffocating. I stopped using my phone because the battery was getting low. It's currently at 4%, and Now the same thing is happening to my laptop. There are no noises coming from outside, just complete and utter silence. It's like there's no one in the goddamn building. Did no one try to use the elevator since I got stuck? I have no idea, but it seems highly unlikely. I feel helpless and I don't know what to do. I'm not even sure where I am anymore.